Hello, Tiger fans. Mark Fitzpatrick with the Tiger Club of Kansas City. It is Tuesday, March 3rd, our final speaker of the year, and he was a pinch hitter today. Vahe Gregorian, the legendary columnist from the Kansas City Star. Thank you for coming out on short notice today.
Great to be with you, Mark.
We had a conflict with Kevin Purrier, and you filled in. We really appreciate it. I want to ask you, you just put sports aside. You just had a very harrowing experience in Puerto Vallarta trying to get back after the problems down there.
Yeah, we had some complications. We were down in Puerto Vallarta during the rolling thunder of the post El Mencho capture, and we basically got stuck there about 3 or 4 extra days. Other than a scary scene at the airport where panicked people came running our way, it turned out, as far as we know, to be nothing. We really were just more inconvenienced than anything else. We really feel for the people of Puerto Vallarta because they've been such gracious hosts, and hopefully everything just resets for them here soon.
So glad you're back safe and sound. So let's talk about Mizzou basketball. Tigers appear to be peaking at the right time of the season. Have they punched their ticket to the NCAA tournament, you think?
Well, let's put it this way. I'd rather see them at least split these last 2 games and win an SEC game or 2. I do think they've punched the ticket, but I think they're a good enough team that they can have some hope for a little seeding bump and have a chance to win a game or 2 in the tournament. And then if that happens, then you just don't know how the path could fall before you.
It was interesting to see this week. I think they were 28th in the top 25 voting, which was a big jump for them.
Yeah, they're closing in, and I think 2 things happened, right? That win over Tennessee was convincing just because of who it was. That I think their 3rd ranked team they've beaten. But then also, even though Mississippi State's nothing great, I mean, just taking care of business there. And I think that tells you that you hope they're over the hump of just kind of clunkers. And so now it's Oklahoma tonight and then home against Arkansas on Saturday. I think it's gelling at the right time in a lot of ways. And one thing we need to remember is they didn't really have the full complement until January.
Right.
And now they more or less have had since then. I think they've got the rotation where they want it. Defense has helped them, but it's also not been consistent every game. I think that's the one thing that you might hope that they can get that, more consistent down the stretch.
Looking at the Chiefs, where do you think they go in the draft?
Boy, I mean, it really is a guessing game, which is exactly what the Chiefs want it to be. I personally would like to see them do something for some offensive burst. I know drafting a running back up high is an unpopular thing, but one of the things I find myself thinking about is how devastating they were on offense, especially that first year with Kareem Hunt in his prime, because the ability to be so multi-pronged. And whether they work to do that in the first round or they figure out something through free agency or think they can get a good sort of back like that in a different part of the draft, so be it. But I mean, I don't know if Jeremiah Love will be available, but I find myself liking an idea like that. The thing is, the Chiefs do need help at multiple positions, and they need flexibility at some other positions. So I would not rule out that they do some, Trader Brett has some shenanigans to either get more picks, move down, move up. I mean, I really don't have a feel for how that will go, but I think it won't go as we expect.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Turning to the Royals, we've had J.J. Piccolo, Matt Quatrero both speak to us in the last few weeks. 2 really easy guys to root for, and I sense a lot of optimism about the Royals this year.
Yeah, and I think the optimism is founded. How it plays out, of course, is always its own thing. But I think many of us wanted to see a dramatic move this offseason to get somebody that's, a big bopper in the outfield. That didn't happen, but I think what they have done is made themselves stronger incrementally and sort of spackled some things together. I don't want to constantly talk about Jack Caglione, but I do think they have reason to expect more and better from him this year. That shifts some things. I think if that falls into play, I think if Vinny Pasquantino probably won't have a 6-week slump at the start of the season again this year. He was coming off an injury last year. And more important, the sidebar of that they didn't go out and get a big arm didn't go out and get a big bat is that they didn't give up a big arm. So their pitching depth is pretty outstanding when they had a surplus. Now, they still have some chips to play, and maybe some other things will take shape as we go. But the rotation is going to give them a chance, and if they can just be a bit better offensively, that could mean 5, 6, 7 more wins. And so I like what they've done, even though it's not with the drama that maybe we had hoped to see.
Last question, Vahe, I want to ask you. You got the World Cup coming, biggest thing ever to hit Kansas City, certainly sports-wise. What will you be covering? What were you looking for during those?
Well, it's a great question. I think we're going to have probably the whole star working on it. I think there's going to be room for a lot of different sorts of things. I think it's a TBA, but I think obviously we'll want to look for things that work two ways, right, in terms of how Kansas City is embracing the experience, but also how other countries are embracing Kansas City. I think even though I'm in sports, I think that will be a really appealing part of the work for me.
Going to be fun. All right, Vahe, thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Really, always great to see you. He's one of the best, Vahe Gregorian of the Kansas City Star. Folks, this wraps us up for our luncheons for this fiscal year. We'll be back at it again in the fall right before football season starts. In the meantime, Tiger Club will have its annual golf tournament June 29th at Loch Lloyd. You can sign up at kctigerclub.com and also support our Alumni Association chapter. They have the Tiger Ball April 11th. Again, go to KC Tiger Club for more information on membership and events. Have a great day.